She will feel the sense of loss and will allow herself to raise her LMR threshold. S3, sex. Having sex with a woman for the first time is what you've been waiting for. It's the culmination of your efforts, the payoffs for your Venusian arts mastery. To use a martial arts analogy, Bruce Lee trained for a reason. Naturally, it was time to get in the ring. Yet, going to bed is more than just a successful conclusion to courtship. It is a hallmark of these methods. Seduction also opens a new door to the beginning of the next phase of your relationship with a woman. The focus during your first sexual encounter should be on making her comfortable, having fun and playing, and taking your connection to a higher level. Unless the two of you share a mutually agreed upon entrance, save the freaky stuff for later. When you are slowly undressing her for the first time, whisper in her ears how beautiful she looks, bathed in candlelight. Don't ask if she's into anal sex or if you can tie her up to the bedpost. During the first encounter, definitely keep the whips and chains in your toolbox. If you talk to her as described earlier, she will likely start hinting at a meet, especially if you start talking about the fun activities and friends you experience in your day-to-day life. It's also perfectly reasonable to throw out an activity and see if she bites. If she doesn't, no big deal. Your life is fun and fulfilling with or without her. You will just get someone else. This attitude, by the way, is text to her. Never explicitly communicated. Even if a girl hasn't accepted an offer to meet, or preferably made one of her own, it is no big deal to you. Because as soon as you get off the phone with her, you've still got to call 5, 10, or 20 other girls and practice the same phone game with them. This is the most important piece of the puzzle. Holding that one phone number and worrying about fucking it up is going about it all wrong. You should be out gaming regularly to manifest a social circle of potential options. Eventually, you will be getting phone numbers regularly, and you will be going through your calling rotation with equal regularity. It is hard to be worried about any specific number when you know that you still have 5, 10, or 20 others to call. It is all just practice, and the lack of neediness will be evident in your voice. A note on flakes. There will always be some percentage of flakes. Girls tend to be flaky creatures. They don't just flake on you, they flake on their friends and family, and they often flake on themselves. Just keep calling them anyway. Put them in a rotation. There is a random component to the game. Sometimes a girl who really liked you won't return your call, like that Lana Del Rey song. Sometimes a girl who wasn't so solid is suddenly ready to call and get it on. You never know. So just keep them in the rotation and keep practicing. Never take any number seriously. As your game improves, your flake percentages will drop. So keep working on value, attract, qualify, comfort, etc. Keep working on conditioning girls to chase you and get invested in the interaction. The tighter your game, the fewer flakes you will have to deal with. Often, you can't even get the girl on the phone. Big deal. Maybe it's buyer's remorse. Maybe her friends talked her out of it. Maybe her cat just died. Leave her a message and call the next day. Go out practicing tonight. This is a lifestyle. Dating. From the lounge. Consider Mystery and Love Drops article on dating. At some point in your game, you'll discover that it is really easy to get isolated with a girl. Luke thinks isolation is overrated. I tend to agree. You set up a net, get her number, call her a few days later, and soon she'd be sitting on your bed watching a movie with you. But the problem was, you hadn't done enough A3 or comfort in order to escalate. There was this weird pressure to make a move, even though she wasn't ready to do so, and even though it would be awkward, even though you would never hear from her again. I discovered that I could get girls over at my place, but I couldn't make anything happen after that point. The solution for me was to design a specific date plan that I could repeat over and over again, a routine that I could practice on many girls until I had my game very tight. If you're getting numbers but not lays, it's useful to practice your dating game in a structured way. When designing my date, I decided it should have as many venue changes and as many hours together as possible. Moving and bouncing are powerful comfort builders, so I built these ideas into my date routine. Here's what I came up with. On the phone. Let's do sushi Wednesday night, like we talked about. There's a good place near where I live. Come by around 7 and we'll go eat. 7:30. Girl shows up at my place. I come downstairs, but I forgot something. So we have to run back upstairs real quick. She gets to see my pimp pad in my view, which she oohs and ahs over. Then I hustle her out, and we drive to the sushi shop. Kudos to David D'Angelo of Double Your Dating for this trick. It familiarizes her with your place, so that it's not a big deal. Fear of the unknown will return. Better still, it makes her more curious about being in your apartment since you hustled her out. 8 p.m. We are at the sushi shop. I have various routines that we always do. Can't pour your own sake, Japanese voice stuff, teacher chopsticks, etc. The specifics aren't important. Most of the time here is spent vibing, practicing comfort, a question game, palm reading, whatever, getting to know each other. 9 p.m. There's this really cool band playing across the street. Let's go check it out. There's an 80s parody rock band that plays every Wednesday right across the street from the sushi shop. I have a VIP card to the venue so we don't have to wait in line. I take the girl right across the street. The band hasn't started yet, so we have a few drinks and more comfort building material, along with some push-pull to keep up the sexual tension. 10 p.m. The concert room opens and we enter another venue change. As the crowd thickens, either I'm leading her through the crowd or I put my arms around her for protection. The band goes on shortly after that, and she spends the next 2 hours either laughing at their comedic dialogue or singing along with old favorite rock songs. Midnight. We drive back to my place. I say, okay, you can come upstairs, but only for a few minutes. You're actually kind of interesting. I have to work tomorrow, 12:30 a.m. We're sitting on my balcony making out. I take her by the hand, saying, let's go make out like a couple of teenagers, and lead her back into my bedroom and fuck her. Notice how this routine allows you to get in lots of venue changes, pass time with the girl, and also practice other bits of your game. When I need to attract, I can be cocky and playful and use hot-cold dynamics. I can keep screening and qualifying her, and I can work on comfort building and Kino escalation. This all occurs within a date structure that I can repeat every week with a new girl and practice until it is time. And tight it is. This routine gets me laid. Here's another date routine that I came up with recently. I'm gonna get lunch at the beach near where I live. Come over, we'll go together. 12 p.m. Let her come upstairs briefly, then hustle her out. Drive to the main drag and pull. 12:15 p.m. There's a billiards place that serves food. We hang out here for an hour or two, eat lunch, and shoot some pool. Meanwhile, I continue gaming, comfort building, etc. 2 p.m. Bounce and walk up and down the street. Go into clothes shops and try out stuff. There's one shop in particular with cool masks, wigs, etc. Go into a vintage shop and try on more stuff. 4 p.m. After a few hours of bouncing around together, we go back to my car. 4:15 p.m. Swing by the store on your way home to pick up some stuff. Get barbecue fixings. Walking around in the store together is a great way to subconsciously activate domestic couple fantasies in her brain. She also gets involved in picking food out, which involves her in the barbecue at my place. 5 p.m. Get back to my place, make a few drinks, and fire up the barbecue. Watch the sunset together, make out, etc.
You have arrived.
All the venue changes seem perfectly spontaneous to her, even though they've all been planned out. So, her experience is fun, constantly changing, and without pressure. You are leading through all of this and practicing your day game along the way. Design a day plan, or several, that you can execute over and over again. Build the most useful logistics into the day. Design in the 7 hours. Design in the venue changes. Design it so that she ends up at your place. Do it over and over again with many girls. Focus on improving your skill and improving your dating routine. Don't take it too seriously. The C3 location. Any comfort building location within the sex location. Not until you have gotten enough comfort with a woman can you jump to C3. Examples of C3 locations. Couch in your living room. Whirlpool, a short distance from your bedroom or hotel room. Couch and lobby near your hotel room. Since every successful courtship will inevitably lead to the see-through location or the sex location, take efforts to secure a C3 comfort building location before you even approach that woman in a meeting location. You better not be fucking kidding me, bro. Most meeting locations, including many of those for comfort building, a sex location, short distance. Hi, I got from Moana, 577 from Moana. Thank you, Austin. Consider the various benefits and limitations of the following sex locations. A vehicle, a hotel room, a friend's living room or bedroom, the woman's bedroom, your bedroom. Some C3 comfort building locations, such as a private living room, may also be good locations. If you are in such a location, you can save yourself from having to move from C3 to that location. Secure a location before approaching in a meeting location. Don't leave the success of your end-game a chance. Moving from C3 to S1. Be in your living room with a woman, showing her some short home movies. You be in C3, you put on some music and light up the hookah and share smoking it. You inhale the smoke from the pipe and then exhale from kissing before. You can both be aroused as you take her by the hand, lead her into your bedroom, hand her a box of matches.
We had a
Say here.
We got a room with a balcony. I've been on a bunch of cruises before, but I've never been on had a room with a balcony. And that was a good time right there. That was fun. Slow it down a little bit. Yeah. Oh yeah, we slowed it down a lot of times. We actually had there was 6 of us, mom, dad, me, my wife, grandma, and my mother-in-law. So we split up into 2s and had 3 rooms. But they were all right next to each other. They were all balconies, so we used to open up the balcony. And we had one big balcony. So that was really fun. That was fun.
Never take any of this shit seriously. If your window of opportunity is open and miss it, don't expect it to happen the same girl. For example, That thing was Selden's ruined, so fuck it. Forget about her. Never take it into shit too seriously, you know what I mean? And the interest of rapid improvement. When in doubt, attempt to escalate. Even when you're wrong, it'll still improve your calibration. S2. Last minute resistance. Every woman has hardwired into her head a behavior circuit that works to protect her from getting pregnant by a man with no intention of sticking around to help raise a child. The resistant behavior is a mode of circuit elicits right before first time sex. Last minute resistance. It is your job to ease her through these uncomfortable emotions should it arise. Having sex carries a much larger risk and investment for a woman than it does from a man from an evolutionary perspective. Last minute resistance is her last line of defense before a point of no return. A woman's LMR threshold may differ from person to person, and her own LMR threshold may change, depending on the value of the man she's about to sleep with and other circumstances. Some common trigger points for her. Kissing, top removal, bar removal. Your romantic princess may not feel colonized, but for you, she may believe she gets it too easy. She'll regret it afterwards. That's why it's so important and innate for you to feel that her efforts to succeed and that she's winning you over. This intimacy and those will freak out just prior to it. Like, why me? Why do you like me? I don't even know you. If you say baby, I just can't stop thinking against you.
Did they delete that?
Baby bomb. I eat a little bit of chicken. And I don't, you know me, I get the chicken nuggets.
You only got $4.75 on it.
I get the chicken. Okay. Oh, that's cute.
Thank you, Sam.
She only got that, you know, she got that for Chris. She's seen that on Chris.
So now I get it a little bit more.
I know. We should stop. Play solid game. Her emotional circuitry is designed to select for a high-value man whom she trusts and with whom she pair bonds. If your game is tight, last-minute resistance will be greatly reduced as an issue. So examine your basic game. Are you a healthy, ambitious, socially comfortable person? Do you convey a lack of neediness at all times? Have you otherwise demonstrated value via pre-selection? The leader of men's switch. social intelligence, the social proof, emotional stimulation, frame control, and so on. Has she changed and otherwise adjusted the interaction? Have you been compliance testing? Do you have Kino escalation and compliance? Does she feel that she has earned your interest? Have you demonstrated your growing care bond for her using qualifiers and other IOS? Have you built comfort and trust and a sense of connection over 7 hours and several venue changes? Did you use the jealousy plotline so she is sure she wants you? Freeze outs. If last minute resistance seems insurmountable, do a freeze out. Turn on the light, snuff out the candle, check your email, head to the kitchen to make a sandwich, or pull out a checkerboard and challenge her to a game. The power of this is in its sincere delivery. If you were sulking or angry, that would show that you are affected. Just act as if your arousal circuitry has simply been shut off. She will feel the sense of loss and will allow herself to raise her LMR threshold with you. S3, sex. Having sex with a woman for the first time is what you've been waiting for. The culmination of your efforts. The payoff for your Venusian arts mastery. To use the martial arts analogy from chapter 3, Bruce Lee trained for a reason. Eventually, it was time to get in the string. Yet, going to bed is more than just a successful conclusion to courtship that is the hallmark of these methods. Seduction also opens a new door to the beginning of the next phase of your relationship with a woman. The focus during your first sexual encounter should be on making her comfortable, having fun and playing, and taking your connection to a higher level. Unless the two of you share a mutually agreed upon interest, save the freaky stuff for later. When you are slowly undressing her for the first time, whisper in her ear how beautiful she looks, bathed in candlelight. Don't ask if she's into anal sex or if you can tie her up to the bedpost. During that first encounter, definitely keep the whips and chains in your toy box. Practicing safe sex is always incredibly important, but particularly so during your first encounter with a woman. Be sure to use protection for your sake and hers. Being irresponsible during an initial sexual encounter is hardly a prescription for building mutual trust. What's more, if you're irresponsible and acquiring a communicable disease in the process, your gaming will be severely curtailed. That's the best case scenario too. Needless to say, unprotected partners can even put each other's lives in jeopardy. Nothing is worth that risk. By carefully choosing your target in the field, and then confirming the validity of your choice through the attraction, comfort building, and seduction phases, you will have selected a woman of such beauty and quality that you will want to have sex with her many times. In chapter 1, I mentioned Wilt Chamberlain's scoring record. No, not 100 points in one game, but 20,000 women in his bed. Later in life, however, he famously said he would have preferred sleeping with one woman 20,000 times. Yes, it was probably bullshit. But it does give you the sense that even a prodigious Venusian artist like Wilt the Stilt often understood that at some level, sexual fulfillment involves more than just fucking someone once. There is also the high that comes from getting a phone message from the woman, telling you what a wonderful time she had, not to mention the feeling that comes from subsequent encounters that feel even more erotic than the first one, because you're both more comfortable with each other. If you have sex with a woman only once and disappear, when she wants you to stay in her life in some capacity, a protection circuit in her head will punish her, sometimes severely, for compromising her chances of survival and replication. I've been told that it feels to a woman as if something very important has been stolen from her, and it's unethical to subject anyone to such painful and regretful feelings. Review. It usually takes 4 to 10 hours of comfort building before a woman is ready to have sex. This is known as the 7-hour rule. Kissing is a comfort builder. Through practice, it is possible to isolate and kiss girls consistently within 20 minutes of opening the set. The C2 location is any comfort building location separate from the meeting location and the sex location. Going from one comfort building location to another is called jumping. There are 2 ways to jump: the bounce and the time bridge. Bouncing is the act of leaving one venue and going to another one at that time. If you bounce, get her number first. That way you won't appear to be settling for the number later if the bounce doesn't work out. A time bridge is a agreement to see each other at a later date. This is an optional move in your game that you can play only if you cannot follow the standard game plan of bouncing her for food and eventually sex. Having solid game is more important than getting numbers. Solid game makes for solid numbers. It is important to be practicing your game and getting lots of phone numbers. When you have 5 phone numbers to call, you are much less likely to worry about fucking it up. No single number ever becomes that important to you, which is exactly the right attitude. After you get her phone number, stay and talk for a few more moments. Get in the habit of going through your numbers and calling girls up just to chat or invite them to whatever fun activity you are currently doing. Many girls will flake when you call them. It's no big deal. Just keep working on your game and keep up on your calling rotations. The game is a combination of skill, which requires practice, and luck, which requires random chance. Both are greatly increased by playing the numbers. If you are getting numbers but not sex, it's useful to practice dating in a structured way. Design a date plan that you can repeat over and over again for the practice. Build the most useful logistics into the date. Design in the 7 hours. Design in the venue changes. Design it so that she ends up at your place. The C3 location is any comfort building location within the sex location, such as your living room or jacuzzi. A sex location is marked primarily by its privacy and should be in close proximity to a C3 location. Usually, this is your bedroom. Once you go from C3 to S1, foreplay, you go cross the point of no return. She will get buyer's remorse if you do this too soon, before enough comfort has been built. Last-minute resistance is a fear that women resist and experience just prior to having sex. Similar to the way that men experience approach anxiety, it is your responsibility to ease her through this. Often, last-minute resistance is greatly increased as a result of weaknesses in your game. By improving your game, you also reduce last-minute resistance as an issue. Other techniques for combating last-minute resistance are token resistance, playing solid game, and persistence freeze-outs. Conclusion. Go forth and conquer. Thanks for joining me on the journey to becoming a pickup artist. Having listened to this book, you are now armed with some of the best information, tactics, strategies, and knowledge that the Venetian arts community has to offer. I feel privileged to have shared it with you. Of course, it's one thing to read something, but putting the Venetian arts into practice is quite another matter, especially given the remarkable unpredictability of human social interactions and responses. Think of it in terms of the difference between reading a how-to manual on sex and actually making love to a woman. That's why I cannot overstate the importance of getting out in the field. The field is king, and honing your gaming skills. through constant practice, through real-time on live targets. To use a sports analogy, an all-star athlete did not get that way overnight. He spent years in an empty gym, throwing footballs, kicking soccers, running laps, whatever his art required. LeBron James, for example, a top basketball player, practiced the various aspects of his game for years, so that when the time came in the game to hit a crucial shot, with the shot clock expiring, the crowd roaring, and 3 defenders jumping towards him, he would know exactly what to do. Through endless repetitions, he has calibrated his game to an incredibly sophisticated degree in the terminology of the Venusian arts. Same thing with me and other all-star pickup artists. We practiced until we perfected our craft. As with LeBron on the court, I will encounter little in the field that will faze me, because I've seen everything and practiced for it all already. So when another bachelorette party full of fucking entitled Manhattan bitches just rapid fire throws fucking sexually assaulting fucking shit tests at me left and right, I will fucking be more smooth next time. Selden, Madison, Caroline, you fucking hoe-ass liars. You dirty girls. You mean girls. You're just a bunch of mean girls. Being jet set around the world, drinking fucking expensive cocktails, fucking Thailand and fucking Syria or wherever the fuck the fucking hummus mafia drags you girls around. Life's been one orgiastic display of fucking bachelorette parties for the last 15 years. Not that I'm bitter. Be sure to engage in continuing education, because there's always much to learn. In fact, I learn new things about pickup every day, which is why I systematically update my own methodology every 6 months. I give seminars, workshops, and boot camps, and if you can't make it to those, I have compiled a 5-DVD companion to the book, titled Gal Interpreters Archive, showing techniques used in the field by me and other Venusian artists. You can find out about these products and services and more by visiting galinterpreter.com. Until then, game on. I sound like a male Samantha from Sex and the City. David Bowie always sounded like he was having an orgasm. Audible. Audible. I'm calling audibles at the line of scrimmage. These hoes are scheming. These hoes are throwing schemes at me. They're putting me in a box in one, a triangle in two. These bachelorette parties full of fucking schematic hoes. Stay scheming. Stay scheming, Caroline. Hawkins Caroline. Stay scheming. Cottrell Selden C. Stay scheming. Madison. Stay scheming. Stay scheming. Bitches trying to get at me. We saw your cock. It was disgusting. Bitches are just allowed to do the most socially unacceptable shit. Like it's nothing. Whatever. I'm flattered that my cock is a topic of conversation with you hoes. Stay scheming. It's all love, girls. It's all love. Get these fucking shits out the way. The Venusian artists. How come, do women have all these yeah, I guess they have all these books and shit. They're more books about how to get a man to call them back after sex, right? Yeah. I need to start reading more than women's books. Right after I get my fucking plastic surgery to get the bags under my eyes and go time machine to go back 15 years in life, so I can actually fucking have done some different shit in life and made some different choices. Or I could just be grateful for what I have and appreciate what I did get to do in life. I don't choose to spend any more time in 12-step groups being told what a shithead I am and how grateful I need to be for every fucking shit thing that ever happened to me, though. I'm good with that, guys. I'm good with that. How powerless a shithead I am and how grateful I need to be for fucking every shit thing that ever happened. Oh yeah, after I kissed Selden C, her fucking, the one having the bachelorette party's all, ew, ew. That's right, bitch. That's right, bitch. It's like you and me are basically best friends now, bitch. I'm kissing your girlfriends at your own bachelorette party. How fucking socially connected are we? Ew. You're oohing yourself, broad. You're oohing yourself. You hate on Ziggy, you hate yourself. All these hoes acting like they're so above shit. You drop their name in a fucking video, you find out who's watching, you know what I mean? Yeah, all these hoes acting so hard to get and so above every shit. Drop their fucking name in a fucking video. Find out how quick they're watching every little fucking thing you do. Positivity, upward spiral, it's all love, everybody's cool. It's all love, girls. Moving on up to the east side, to a deluxe apartment in the sky. We're moving on up, 'cause we finally got a piece of the pie. Please don't burn on the kitchen. It's gonna burn on the grill. Took a whole lot of what I did. Hello. I love it. Do you have any Lil Pump shirts? Lil Pump? Oh, nice. Any rappers? Ah, the old school rappers. All right. I like your store. I'll come back. Such a fucking whore. I love it. I like your sweater.
Oh, thank you.
It's a little too black, maybe, but it's still very nice.
What'd you say?
It's a little too black.
You think so?
Yeah, but it's still very nice.
Thank you.
It's that Prince, huh?
You know, I have to represent as much as I can. I have like about 13 shirts.
Of the purple one?
Just trying to feel close to him still, you know?
I love Prince.
Me too.
What's your favorite Prince song?
Oh my gosh, that's like...
Come on,
That's
pick one. Pick one. Yeah, I bet it's Get Off with 2 T's.
No, it's not.
With 2
No,
Ts.
it's not. Although it's good. But
Get
I mean,
Off.
I had to pick just one. gosh, Sign of the Times is my favorite album.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I could. I mean,
That's when he got all critical. When he got all serious.
political and everything.
Politically critical.
Yeah.
You don't like that? The sleazeball Prince.
You know, I
The
do.
Darling
I love
Nikki era
Dirty Mind.
Prince.
I love Dirty Mind. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if I had to pick a favorite. I don't think I could do it because it's just like it's too much. The catalog is too vast to narrow it down. He just was too incredibly talented.
At least the shirt, even though it is too black,
Yes.
allowed us to have a man-woman interaction.
It did.
Allowed
It
me to
did.
drop statements of intent
Yeah.
about how I like your swag.
Thank you.
Don't let it go to your head.
I won't. I promise.
Now, what's your name?
Sophina.
Sophina?
Yeah.
What's your Instagram?
My what?
Instagram.
Oh, I don't have any social media.
Word?
None.
A word?
None. I'm old. So I don't do it. It's like, I just sit at home and watch the Golden Girls. That's my life.
With Blanche?
With Blanche and Dorothy, Sophia and Rose. That's what I do. You know, and produce theater.
You produce theater?
Yeah.
Oh, I love the theater. We're having a good time with the theater.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We like it. I like that Bill Shakespeare.
Hey, Billy Boy, he don't play. He don't play.
Do this. Do this thing.
Yeah.
I thought it said 2 trans runners. I thought you were going to transing. What, 1 train wasn't enough for her?
No.
She wanted 2 trains running?
She wanted 2.
Oh, that's so inappropriate.
Yeah.
But at least you're cool. You don't get all offended. You're not recreationally offended like all these millennials.
No. Oh my gosh, you're too funny.
What's your phone number? Give me a phone number.
Oh, please, my husband would be on me like crazy if I gave out my phone number.
Would he?
Yeah, absolutely.
Are you sure? You might be into that. You might be into some of them guys. They're into that stuff. They call it the cuckold stuff. They like that.
Oh my gosh, no.
You're a good girl. Side hug.
All right,
Side hug.
hug.
Prince fans. And maybe I'll come check out some theater sometime.
Yeah.
Sarah Josephina? Serafina. So good stuff. Oh, that's you.
Yeah.
All right, love you. Bye. I got it. Sure. Probably could use the name, right? That would help. Yes. It is 150. Oh man, this place looks good. I want to come back.
Yeah, definitely, bro. I like that you brought like the music.
I brought the music.
Yeah, like the music totally changed.
Oh, word? We're having a good time here. Having a good time. Her hat, it's a little too pink, but it's still very nice. What?
You can adjust.
You can adjust it.
Yeah.
Well, we had a man-woman interaction.
Sorry?
We had a man-woman interaction.
Oh.
And I'll drop a statement to say, I like what you're doing with your nails, love. It's nice to mix up the colors a little bit. What's your name?
Penny.
What's your Insta?
Sorry?
What's your Instagram like?
Instagram. I don't really use it. 'Cause I'm not live here. I'm just a visitor.
Oh, how long are you in town?
Only for 2 more days. Yeah. Thank
Well,
you.
let's hang out. Let's hang out. Let's hang out. Let's go get some sushi.
No. Actually, I want to walk around and take some picture.
Alright, well, I'll give you a call later. Alright, see what you're doing later.
It's okay. I'll just probably just walk around. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah, I made it. Could you tell I wasn't even trying? Could you tell? Could you tell? It's not enough. Oh no! Whoa! A Venusian artist. A Venusian artist. There's Venusian artists, and then there's Venusian scientists. Venusian artists. Sometimes, and sometimes I'm a fucking Venusian scientist. I like your shirt.
Thank you.
It's too red, but it's still very nice. Hey, I see what you're doing, love. I know what you're looking at. I like your shirt. It's still very nice. Copyright 2007. Go get some food. I'm really tired. I know. Shut up. Punch off. Having a good time. The crowd. Smell of scent and moisturizing lingers in the air. It's too much. Since it's so edge, it's not so That guy was the most peacocky. Christopher Kirkpatrick was. He was Mr. Peacocky. Youngest flexer. Pivot, deep breath, smile. Head turns back over shoulder. Now it is time. Time to catch a casual offhand question their way. Any number that you can think about. The women respond with middling interest. The next part is to pretend to leave, but then, as an afterthought, make a small observation. For the personality, now it's yours. Hooked. This is all women's stuff. What? How you good? How you good? That's when the other will come in from outside, feigning it. But only for a moment, please. The time constraints key. We Everybody wants this nostalgia to old athletic brands because we're all sick of our world. I see what you're doing, Urban Outfitters. You buy up old athletic brands, and this is what we do. This is what we must do. We are aficionados. These sweet smelling beans are bored. They need adventure. They need our sparkling personalities and scripted value demonstrations. Routines. Last minute resistance stories. Visual reduction such. We need a super long. Well, I like that shirt. Super long. This is like. This is literally. Music. How does that work? How does this work? Acceptable. Just acceptable. Acceptable. Miss, I like your purple shirt. It's too purple though. I don't know. Oh, I want this so bad. Oh my god. I like your shirt. It's too purple. It's a little too purple, but it's nice. It's very nice. You know what I mean? But at least it allows us to have a man-woman interaction. Where are you from? Really? You speak Portuguese? You speak English? Pretty good?
Yeah, I live in Egypt.
In Egypt? New Zealand? Quickly, because I do have to go. I'll drop a statement here while we have this man-woman interaction. Okay? But I like your style. I like the Italian hair. Tell them that I cut your hair.
No.
Good.
You cut yours though.
Yes. What's your name?
Maria.
Maria. It is Gia. Gia. Yes. Are you visiting?
Yeah. I'm with Holbrook and we're going back in 2 days.
You're going back in 2 days? What's your Instagram? What? Yeah. We're having a party tonight.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of Kuru?
Cool.
We learned about it. It's a disease that's inside your hands. And like, you didn't have to. Probably just be telling about it because it's so weird. But yeah, have a good one. Stella darling. Your shirt's too black. I like your shirt, but it's too black. You probably shouldn't say that when she's with a black guy because there's just too much of a chance of it being misheard. Hey, you shut up. You shut up. I'm kidding. I just kidding. I love you too much. You're my good girl. You're my good girl. I love you too much. You know I'm soft on you, sweets. You know I'm soft on you. You know you can do no wrong. You're my little girl. You're my baby girl. You can do no wrong. Cause I'm all soft on you, sweets. Cause you're fully vested in my life. She's fully vested. What can I say? She's my little girl. I love her. Come here. Come here. Come here, little baby girl. 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 Little baby sweet. I love you so much. You make the cutest sounds. You make such cute sounds. You make such cute sounds. You snort like a pig. You snort. You snort like a pig. You snort like a pig. You snort and you drive a car so good. Me. I drive. Little sweets never spending money on a bitch. And you hear? Me and my grandma take meds. Me and my grandma take meds. Oh shit, Sweets is gonna have dreads. Oh shit, Sweets got dreads. Oh no, Sweets got dreads. Sweets got her first set of dreads. Me and my never on bitch. Little pump is 80 on my wrist, 100 on my wrist. I'm a mom pepper. I got face tats. My name is Sweets. Oh, I love you so much. Oh, good girl. Oh, good girl. Oh, good girl. Oh, I love you so much. You're my good girl. Ah, Sweet. You finally got some dreads. Sweets, we gotta get your nails did. They are way too fucking long. Anybody wants to pay for Sweets to get her nails did, be my fucking guest. I know I should stop spending money on bullshit and getting Sweets' nails did. She won't let me cut them. I got the clippers, but she spazzes too hard. Little pump. Little pump. I need to go to wealth building seminars nonstop. He was born in Venice, Italy in 1725, and he died in 1798. Numbers that are less important. Elegantly. Like Eric Clapton. And I don't even listen to Eric Clapton. I think he's sometimes overrated. Mystery's not. Not yet. He will be one day. When pickup becomes the new workout. And pumping emotions becomes the new pumping iron. Watching him work was the day my life changed. The day that I realized that the disease of loneliness had a cure. That cure... Doesn't mean the process of attracting women can't be super fun. If you want to be a multimillionaire, you need a proven game plan for accumulating wealth, right? If you want to look like an Adonis, you need a proven game plan for sculpting your physique, too. Sweets. Hey, I know. Unlimited choices. Unlimited choices. Hey. 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 Hey.
In the field. Action-packed workshops conducted in the field. I literally brought men into nightclubs in other social settings. How to approach and attract women. Science of social dynamics and the art of the cold approach pickup. My goal with the mystery method is to accelerate your learning curve dramatically, saving you years of painful frustration and loneliness in the process. Seek the path to Venusian arts mastery. Love mystery. Mystery's a legend. I love that guy. Mystery at themysterymethod.com. P.S. Make sure to check out my concluding letter at the end of this audiobook for details on how to best use this book. Everybody in Hollywood has some fucking cool fucking swag fucking sweater with strange embroidery and unexpected patternry. It's just like everything is just so fucking, you know. The mystery behind Castle. They wouldn't invest Greek philosophers and ancient mystics, warriors and generals. Schools like never taught you shit about fucking sex besides sex is bad, it'll kill you, disease, disease, disease. Fuck you. Teach us how to pick up women, you fucking losers and fucking public school shitheads. Public school's like designed to make you a fucking beta loser. During his travels across women, as a clergyman, scientist, and magician in 18th century France, nobody had more game than Casanova. He was in France? Why wasn't he in Italy? He didn't discriminate. He set his sights high. He took to bed only those women whose value made him worthy of pickup. Casanova wasn't fucking with sevens. These were the perfect 10s and near 10s of their day. The Sports Illustrated swimsuit models would have looked like at one of Mozart's recitals, floating from one social set to another, bordered discreetly with his fan, and obscured a plunging bust line, her hairdo intricately sculpted 3 feet high. They were women of extreme beauty, with the highest social ranking, seemingly off limits to anyone. Forget Shakespeare's sonnets and Gettysburg's War and Peace. If Casanova had left behind not just an autobiography, itself wildly popular to this day, but a step-by-step detailed how-to guide to his sexual conquest, Last Kings, it would rank as the most sought-after text in history, next to scriptures. What wouldn't you or anyone give to learn the secret to seducing beautiful women? Just look at the timeless appeal of the Kama Sutra. And then imagine a guide, not to exotic sexual positions, but to getting beautiful women attracted to you in the first place. His name was Mystery. He wrote just such a guide. As the world's premier pickup artist at the time, he was the closest thing there was to a modern-day Casanova. Although he had already outnumbered Casanova. Like his predecessor, he absolutely adored women. In fact, I fall in love with all women. But that doesn't make me unique. What makes me unique is that because of the pickup techniques that I have mastered, my love does not go unrequited. And I am here to show you how to achieve the same level of success. Alright? The algorithm for getting women. Not only were the Venusian artists get love excluded from your curriculum, but they were probably the only discipline teachers didn't try to cram into your brain as you pass through childhood, adolescence, and onto adulthood. Let's face it, when you studied algebra at school, the only numbers you really cared about were the measurements of the girl in that tight sweater and the digits you needed to get her on the phone. Those numbers added up to something worth getting your hands on. Enter all these great methods. If someone doesn't have health and wants to get it, he or she will need to adopt an algorithm on how to get that. Perhaps a new diet and workout regimen. If someone doesn't have wealth,
And once we get it, he or she will need to adopt an algorithm for wealth building.
Perhaps a new investment portfolio. Similarly, in relationships, if someone doesn't have success and wants to get it, he or she will need to adopt the algorithm for success there. I invented that algorithm. I am your teacher, and this is your guidebook to discerning the patterns and dynamic social interactions and then using them to your advantage. This body of knowledge, called the science of social dynamics, has become my life's work, particularly as it applies to the world of pickup. It is about more than seduction and sexual conquest. It also encompasses making friends with men and women alike. But make no mistake, it is first and foremost about getting laid, more than you could ever have dreamed possible, assuming that is what you want. And not just laid, but like Casanova, laid by those gorgeous women who always seem behind reach. I'm talking about the women. The quaint old-fashioned term for the sequence of events that results in guys getting laid for success. Before me, no one had ever defined courtship as a predetermined structure having several phases. Through years of study and experimentation, I identified the process that begins when you meet a woman of interest to you. From there, using a finely calibrated ability to influence, not manipulate, there is a huge difference. This book will help you develop it. You build attraction with her. This concept is hugely important. Attraction comes before seduction, but attraction, while necessary, isn't an end in itself. Next, you need to build comfort with this woman you've targeted. As you will find out, both are equally necessary for reaching the end game, sex. As you teach courses, the process of building attraction and comfort will probably transpire over several venues, say a bar and a restaurant, en route to the final venue, which will likely be your bed or a hotel room. That won't happen, however, until you create arousal and in the comfort building stage, and then begin a sexual relationship by seducing her. That is what these methods do. What it is an advanced algorithm, 13 years in the making. I created this through years of trial and making because I had to. When I was starting out, there was no guidebook. I didn't have the luxury of buying a book like this, or attending a seminar, or Googling pickup artists online, armed with nothing but ignorance and desire. I went out into, quote, the field, close quote. Because that's where the girls were. Step by step, I learned first how to open. Once I learned how to open, I also discovered it empirically that in public settings, girls of beauty are seldom, if ever, alone. And then I had to get good at opening an entire group, and so on, until my system for seducing women became comprehensive, battle-tested, and turned 10 hours, with the average seduction within 7, leading to what I call the 7-hour rule. Bear in mind that those 7 hours aren't necessarily continuous, although they can be. You're a crazy little crazy dog. Requires venue changes, which gotta be accommodated through what is called time bridges. More on those later. Seducing any woman in 7 hours? How is this possible? The reason the mystery method works, and works so quickly, is that it defines the natural process of courtship, from meeting to sex, that is applied to every love story you have ever heard about or read or experienced. It universal truth and a natural course of events. And I have backwards engineered it from my own successes. I would go in, build a girlfriend, and then think, okay, how did I do that? That is how I figured it out and unraveled the myriad of cognitive models that define courtship. Okay, you are probably thinking, of course I would love to build attraction and comfort with a gorgeous woman, but every time I approach one, I get shut down before I finish my second or third sentence. Here's the deal. It is one of the most amazing secrets of the mystery method because it is so counterintuitive, running contrary to everything you believed about attracting beautiful women your entire life. In order for you to be permitted the audience of a beautiful woman to attempt to attract her, you must first disqualify yourself from being considered a potential suitor by her. If you don't do that, she will assume by your approach alone that you are after her. And if you are after her, she knows that you perceive her as having higher value. And if her value is high, the odds are that it's higher than yours. In other words, you will have low value, and you will be penalized. Not only just for approaching her, but also for being nice. At that point, you've already telegraphed that you're not worth it. I will teach you how to avoid this trap, using my method. Instead of stumbling into a group of women blindly and needing to qualify yourself on the Barbie, allowing you to demonstrate higher value to them, mate. The book will give you, mate, chapters on demonstrating a higher value, from peacocking, dressing outlandishly, and pre-selecting, displaying other women to the target, love, distributes a jealousy plot line to the target, to social proof, love, going at others in her set who you value highly, to negging, making subtle negative statements to get her off guard, and will make her question her own value, love, using relative bases, even a special value, and picking up hired guns, a term describing picking up anyone who's hired for her beauty, including exotic dancers, bartenders, go-go dancers, hostesses, and models. In fact, throughout the entire book, I fill in the meeting sex structure through courtship with Venusian arts gambits so that you can complete your objectives of each phase. But I go further in each step by going personally. Your game help you create and then convey.
Take the next right onto South Hamel Road, then turn right.
Presume higher value. The last thing I want to do is turn you into a generic cookie cutter pickup. Using the mystery method, I picked up a supermodel. She sat with 7 co-workers at a popular Hollywood sushi bar. While they pay the bill, I had only 2 or 3 minutes to interact. 6, 5. Disqualified myself as a potential suitor and systematically demonstrated my value to her when I started grabbing interest. When my target's group left,
Like I said, I was very shy as a kid. Through countless approaches, I met more people. And I started discovering patterns of interaction. There's a natural sequence of this, and this, and everything's like. The more I learned about it, the more prepared I was, and the less fear I had. That's what this book does. And prepare to improve your life when you're ready. In a way, and at a pace that's foreign and unique to you. That brings me full circle to my final point in this chapter. Doesn't have a crew. Built on one. Oh. Join. Oh man, we kept that running, huh? Chapter 2, the ultimate purpose of life. Without survival, there is no life. All life on Earth has been designed by evolutionary processes to replicate. This is nature's long established engine of survival. The penultimate purpose of life. While your primary purpose in life is to survive, your secondary purpose is to replicate. Just as a superior basketball player on lousy teammates must escape and join a better team in order to win, so too must a superior gene escape from its inferior gene mates. This method of escape is called crossbreeding. Over successive generations, crossbreeding has allowed your genes, to anticipate changes in a dynamic physical and social environment, thereby increasing your chances for survival. Put simply, replication is a means of continued survival. Your purpose in this life. You are a biological machine. Your motives in this life are simple but not simplistic: to live and love. In order to crossbreed successfully, you must acknowledge